I gotta do this shit again. Always trying to jerk me. So anyway, we'll do this one more time. All right, so this is the object right here, man. The Spanish family downstairs. When I went to the Jewish Temple of Israel, I had to perform tasks to get my high school diploma from Long Beach High School. That's the Temple of Israel, something like that, over at 375 Walnut Street. It's required. Every week they give you, the Jewish woman give you some pamphlets. You go out and perform a task and come back. Within 6 weeks, you get your high school diploma to join the military. It was to get me on a controlled substance because I traveled by myself. Like you pretty much when you conduct business for yourself, or Social Security or whatever the fuck it is, get in a car, you pretty much walk in a dealership by yourself if you got the money. So they taught me how to run tasks, and they pretty much learned some things about me, the Jews, right? On behalf, so anyway, so now they need me to live with a person who gets on my fucking nerves, basically who irks me, because I refuse to do drugs, become a faggot, do a lot of things that I don't want to do, or to be violent, right? So they need an asshole or somebody or whatever. So anyway, this was the Jewish guy's room, Stephen Translator, who lived here for 5 years, right? And this is my bedroom office to this day, right? So at 3 a.m. at night, when I'm in a deep sleep, when I'm about to fall into it, when I'm about to get into deep sleep after my body rests, he would do this, some shit like this, right? What happens is I can hear it, but it's my option. Like I can jump up out of my heart starts pumping from the while. I get heart palpitations. I'm a very large guy, is number one. So it's like, what's going on? If I don't hear anything, whatever, I have the option of putting my head back down, switching positions, saying, fuck, I go back to sleep. They started as a Merchant Hospital in 1994 under Dr. Peckstein's supervision. Right? Then, when he hears me go back to sleep, go like this again. So he was using a dish in this case. Right? So he'll do it to the point where after a while, I can't go back to sleep anymore. Because it puts you in a bad position where you're like, well, fuck it. Is he going to do it again? It's going to happen again. So you have to take the covers off your bed. Now you're learning how to strip and take your clothes off. At the end of the day, you're getting big. You got to take the blankets off. And then I got to come here, open up this door here, right here. And when I come out to the hallway, he didn't run. He's already ran in this room right here. He's back. The Jewish motherfucker is hiding in his room now. So when I come out this room, nobody's around. The object is to get me at this spot. And wondering in my mind, for 5 years, he subjected me to the shit, the Jewish guy from the Hasidic Jewish people community. And it puts you in a euphoria, like, what the fuck is going on? I'm looking around like, what the fuck is going on here? There's nobody to answer to. I can't hold nobody to it. There's nothing to identify. This thing is not here. Because he used a glass dish. He used one of his plates, or a fork. It's like a fork, whatever. That's how he would wake me up. So I have an option now. After 5 years, so I have an option now. All right, Jeffrey. Nobody's here. You don't have no proof. There's no cameras in here. You had no fucking proof, right? So the logical thing is to go, now he can say, why are you disturbing me? A couple of things can go wrong. Array, you see? The position the Jews had, the state of New York has put my life at jeopardy. Automatically. Okay? I didn't ask to live with this guy. Right? So when he comes in, he pretty much says, when I confront him, said, look, can you be mindful? I know it's him. But he said, it's not me. Then I said, well, he said, it's part of your imagination. I have to leave it alone. Right? So that's what the object is, to get me here. 5 years, and without no justification, without without a resolution. I think to have a resolution. Let's try to resolve this issue. So he could transfer what's happening at this spot between our bedrooms to the front fucking porch, where each time I had to call the police, they say, go out in the front porch of this house. And for being exposed to nothing for 5 goddamn years, where I can't prove shit. Imagine me talking to Officer Ron T. Braithwaite. Think about it now. Look how it's called police training. It's part of a police exercise. Some of them are military. United States, some of them are gay military. They become police officers, you see? And they jingle their keys, their handcuffs. They do the stance of command. They do a whole lot of tactics. They walk-talkies and shit on top of what the fuck is going on here, whether I'm the victim or the complainant. And they can talk me down, saying, I don't know what's going on between you guys, based upon this one spot that this guy, asshole's been training for 5 goddamn years, a Jewish dude, for 5 years on me. He got over on me. They started at the Bedford Avenue men's shelter, and I went in there, and a black nigga, Uncle Tom officer would come every morning, and he would only bang on my metal bed. Wake up, wake up. So I'm waking up. Dr. McDonald says the condition response. No, it's not. It's police training. Wake up. I'm waking up to police training. That's what they're doing. These are DHS. These are hospital shelter officers. But still, they're teaching me how to respond to police training. When we tell you to get up and walk the streets, it's time for you to get up and walk the streets. We're the authority here. That's how they have me, and that's how they have me in the trance between Bedford Avenue men's shelter, walking me and have me go back and forth between shelters at 3 or 4 in the morning, and they kept saying that you got the wrong paperwork until I start doing a controlled substance. Never happened in Harlem. You see, that's how they do it, and it overrides your mind and everything. Don't tell me it overrides your transistors. Your imagination is like until they get inside, it just fuck you up. It's called police training. POLICE. Your NYPD did it to me, and your Nassau County Police was up in this bullshit, and they found this asshole supposed to be mentally ill. It's not the case. He was eating his whole food. Just the way he picked up, I laugh at it. He was so normal when he got his whole food package downstairs on the front porch. It was all an act to keep me suspended in police training and won't let me out of it. Don't tell me. And then they have these asshole Spanish people downstairs that when I lay down on this couch, they want to wake me up. They do some dumb shit. And I'm like, God damn, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I got to walk. So now I'm walking the streets. Now, when I don't want to walk, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much taken over him. Not even brought this bullshit in, whatever the case is, and butted me up. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. Now I have the lung issue, right? Whoever it came from, don't make it, I know how it was brought in, because Ashley Marin from TSI would meet him in his room and could have it, whatever, do the transactions, which is why I'm listening to Cloud here dropping objects at one point to like catch him, like kind of distract me. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Don't worry, I'm gonna clean up in here. What the fuck is going on here? And I kept reporting it to the Justice Department. Everybody, Phoebe Solano did it to me, Christopher Scarallo, they'll contact the state and tell them, you have a client who said they're doing this, and the state is the one who's abusing me, who's been abusing me from day one. It's Andrew Cuomo's people who keep letting this shit go on like this. So when I get in contact with the state people of Office of Mental Health, they there to talk me down and give me no options. Those people. I'm saying, pretty much. That's it. They know how to counter the story. Basically, it's like living in a fucking hospital. Basically, everybody gets to take their practice. They're practicing something in here, but still, I think you understand what I'm trying to say to you. For 5 years, anytime that you felt, you hear him, sometimes I hear, basically, as soon as you come right here, as soon as I'm sleeping, clang, right here, I have to wake up. My heart, you understand the heart problem I have. You understand it. His Jewish yarmulke, the Hasidic Jews, those curls they all walk around with the black, have fucking my heart up. Don't tell me. It's bias. Don't tell me. And then if I had confronted him, he used to hide behind his treatment team because they said he was mentally incompetent. What they said. And they'll protect him. The Jews go all out for each other and say, yo, he's just whatever. Leave our guy alone. He couldn't wait to kick my ass in this position. Yeah, like this. He started again. They've been doing this to me since Mercy Hospital. Let me tell you the truth. Now they got the people downstairs who slamming doors and shit. Like, doing shit that, I don't even talk to those people. When I got out the hospital, they said I was up here dropping shit. I wasn't doing shit. They're starting the shit up here. And they want to do that same Marjorie Rodriguez shit at the fucking U-Haul. I'm trying to say, it don't make a difference. Now, what they doing downstairs is saying it's part of your imagination. They set up their apartment real nice and fancy. This whole operation is upscale to make sure he's just imagining things. They just throw a party in the backyard. We're supposed to mean we ain't doing no drugs. We never do. We don't know what you're talking about. But the United States military and the federal government put me in this position. Keep trying to get out of it. That's it. That's all. They didn't want to base shit. They didn't want to try to make me commit suicide up in this motherfucker. And it's the whole point. And now, like I told you, when I'm sleeping here, or if I'm sleeping here, you gotta excuse me a minute. If I'm sleeping here, it's like they'll do some shit. And I'm like, God damn, I wake up to this bullshit. And I'm waking up to a police training. I've been trained to respond to like a German shepherd who responding to commands. Same thing, except I wake up to it. I'm waking up to commands. I'm not stupid. Military commands. It's silent. I swear to God, it is completely silent. There's no proof. You cannot trace it. Some old German Nazi shit that people done picked up some and just traveling through the woods. They're like, yo, it affects other people, your neighbors and shit. Don't tell me going through this for a long time. A lot of those cops need a person like me. Like, yo,